Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajwa. Tel's Perfume GH Ghana sent over some samples here, and it includes Eftinaan from the house of Ard Al Zaafaran, and that is what I want to focus on today. Sometimes when I receive fragrances, the more excited I am about some of them, the earlier I bring them the reviews, and that is going to be the case of Eftinaan. It is new to me until she sent them over. I had not even heard about it, I think she just sent them thinking I would like them, and that is why it's included in the sample set. And I think I'm really liking Eftinaan. It is not going to be anything super special. It is quite a simple generic one, but with something a bit above the ordinary, and that is what I want to discuss here. This is known as Eftinaan. I have just the decant here. It was full, and I've enjoyed it. It's really good, and this one includes the following notes: bergamot and amber at the top. It has melon and then apple at the middle, and then cantaloupe, lavender and musk at the base. What you're not going to get is any of that lavender, fortunately, because lavender comes across as a bit too heavy and a bit too masculine for a lot of feminine, girly ladies. And in this case, you're not going to get anything like a realistic heavy lavender at all in this. It is almost negligible in this. You hardly smell anything lavender. It is not going to give you a heavy floral note at all, or fragrance at all. You're going to get the most realistic, not most realistic, but the fruit that is going to stand out the most in this one is going to be the melon or the cantaloupe, and then a hint of a sweetness to it. It feels like there's something sweet in it, but it's not like those vanilla tonka sweetness. It's like, no, the sweetness is coming from the fruit. However, cantaloupe or melons per se are not like the sweetest things. They have a little of a bitter undertone to it, a little of a green undertone to it, and that is exactly what I get in this. It's going to give you a good cantaloupe melon. I hope I'm pronouncing that that fruit well. That the outer layer being green, and then when you cut through it is orange. That cantaloupe feel, that is the same fruit you're getting in this one. It's different. It is not your typical raspberry, strawberry, grapes, feel. It's a fruity scent, but with a different vibe, not as sweet and generic and ultra feminine. It gives me a unisex vibe. So this one reminds me of two different fragrances I already have in my collection. I guess feel like if I could combine those two fragrances, I'm going to get something in the region of Eftinaan. This is going to give you a semi-realistic cantaloupe smell with a sweetness, but not like a vanilla sweetness. It is quite musky, and the musk here feels slightly dry. It comes across as a dry, musky, powdery musk. No, it doesn't come across as a light, fresh, airy one. The bergamot at the top gives it a freshness. The musk doesn't give it a freshness. The musk comes across as dry and powdery. There is something that feels a bit dry about the musk here, and gives it a dry down of a powdery nuance. As soon as I sprayed this one, it reminded me immediately of Mango Bliss by Paris Corner. I don't have a full bottle of Mango Bliss. I have just a decant here, and that Mango Bliss gives me a green, powdery, heavy, musky with an ambroxan sort of feel. It feels like a very dry, musky, powdery green mango scent, and I get something in the region of that. Although this one doesn't have the note of mango, it gives me mango vibes. There's something that the cantaloupe or melon in this translates into a green mango vibe. I would go as far as saying it gives me like a flanker, like if Mango Blaze had a flanker, it gives me like a flanker sort of feel. And I know this has been compared to God of Fire by this is Stefan Humbert Lucas, the dish house. This is a take on mango, which feels like very powdery and dry and musky and a heavy sort of ambroxan feel, and that is the same thing I find in this, just that replace the mango for the most part with cantaloupe or the melon. However, it is not going to give you 100% of the Mango Blaze vibes. It gives me a combination of Mango Blaze and then Maya Natural Intense by Latafa. I guess for like if you could combine like 40% of Maya Natural Intense, because this one has that cantaloupe melon feel with the fig and other freshness, you know, and that is the freshness I find in this. So consider the melon vibe of this, and then add about 60% of Mango Bliss and then 40% of this, and then you're finding yourself very close to something like this. Although it doesn't have the note of mango, I sort of insist I smell something in the region of that, or probably because it immediately reminded me of Mango Bliss. That is why I'm sort of associating mango to the scent, but it gives me the dry down feels very similar. So if you have come across this and then you can combine it with Mango Bliss from Paris Corner, you're getting something quite close to it, you know. And both fragrances, this one and Mango Bliss, are not your generic ones, you know. They are quite mass appealing, but not like your generic ultra girly, ultra feminine one. It gives me a very unisex vibe, just like Mango Bliss and then Maya Natural Intense. It's very unisex. It has a very unisex appeal about it. It is not super masculine and it is not ultra feminine as well. It is fruity for the most part, you know, and a dry, powdery, musky nuance to it. It doesn't give me the lavender. It is not like a heavy resonance ambery, you know, nuance. I don't get much of the apple, you know. The apple is blended in beautifully, so I barely detect like apple being like a dominant note. You're going to get a semi-realistic cantaloupe melon, you know, feel to it with a hint of a sweetness, you know, and then a powdery, dry, musky feel to it. But it's not, I don't get that sort of ambroxan heavy feel I get in Mango Bliss, for example, as much as I get in this one. It is longevity wise, I would say it is quite moderate. You can get a good three hours, you know, on skin, and around the 6, 7, 8 mark, you know, on clothes, you know. It doesn't project like a beast mode fragrance. It just it's like an arm's length away. People are going to smell you, you know. As soon as you enter into your room, people are going to notice someone has entered because of the fragrance. But it's not like beast mode offensive one, you know. It is like one that I foresee people getting complimented on. I would consider this a great, you know, easy reach summer scent. It gives me more of a summer vibe, you know. It doesn't give me anything special occasion. It doesn't give me anything evening wear, formal wear. It gives me an everyday easy grab, office, church, errands, you know, gym vibes. Not offensive, not super strong, and that is what this one gives me. So yeah, I think that is all about it. It is fairly a good one. I wouldn't say it is like the most unique thing. It is not, but in terms of being a fruit, like a unique fruit, it is, because it has that cantaloupe or the melon, which is not like super common in a lot of fragrances, you know, because we all know about the raspberry, strawberry, berries and grapes and all those things. But when it comes to cantaloupe, I hardly get a lot from a lot of fragrances. So this gives me Maya Natural Intense with the Mango Bliss, you know, vibes, taking the freshness and the melon of the Maya Natural Intense, and then the powdery, musky, dry feel of the musk in Mango Bliss, you know, with a hint of something that feels like a green and sweetened mango nuance in this, you know, in my opinion. So it's a good one, you know, and I think the price point is like very, very moderate, like $20-something, you know, like easy grab and go. It's not going to offend anyone, you know, and it's sweet and, you know, it's just mass appealing, but not like your generic one. And that is going to be it for Eftinaan from the house of Ard Al Zaafaran. And I hope this video found you well. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye bye.